everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Helen and it's been 2 weeks at least since I've posted a video. Thank you to those people who said they've been missing my videos. So it's my birthday in less than a week, so I thought I would have a go at the birthday book tag. I saw this on Connor's Library Corner, that channel. I don't know who did the original, so you might have to do a bit of a go back and check the link on Connor's and then work your way back, but that's where I saw it. I am trying to be really good at not opening parcels. I didn't succeed the other day. My cousin had sent one through and Sophie persuaded me to open that. Yes, I am using a 5-year-old as my excuse. My mum and dad sent some stuff and Sophie persuaded me to open those. Then I got a parcel through the post the other day, but I have not opened it yet. So I'm going to try and be really good. And then my sister-in-law, I'm not looking in the top, but she delivered a hamper today and I'm just not looking in it until Thursday. So I am trying to be really good. So yeah, so whoever sent me that parcel, don't be offended that I haven't said thank you yet. It's just I haven't opened it and I don't know where it's off. And I'm not opening anything till Thursday. And I will do a little video showing what I got. So for the birthday book tag, I've got my trusty notebook here. So the first, none of these books I actually have physically now because they're ones that I read a long time ago, or I've took back the library, or I've passed on to somebody else. But there are 7 prompts altogether. So the first one is Birthday Cake, and it's a book with a plot that seems cliche, but you adore it anyway. I have read all of the Robert Thorogood novels. His novels are the ones that Death in Paradise on telly is based on. They are a kind of mystery thriller that I can cope with because it is more about the mystery. Yet the murder happens at the beginning and then it's all about how the police force in the Caribbean how they work out what's gone on. San Marie, that's not Caribbean, isn't it? It's San Marie. Is that classed as the Caribbean? I think it's like the actual place where they film it is like between France and here. I don't know, but I know one of them's called Murder in the Caribbean. So I don't know. I don't know exactly the geography of exactly where it is, because I believe San Marie is actually a fictional place, but I think it's based around France, between France and here. I don't know. I really don't. But yeah, the Robert Thorogood novels, I think there've been 4 so far. He's actually come up with a new series called the Marlowe Club or something like that, and that's one that I'm hoping to get soon and give that one a go as well. But I hope he does carry on with the Death in Paradise type novels. They're not the same as the ones that have been on the telly. They are different murders that happen. I've listened to a couple on Scribd actually as well. I've physically read some and I've listened to some on Scribd and they're really good. So yeah, give them a go if you fancy it. Also, if you haven't got Scribd and you fancy giving it a trial, I think if you use my link in the description box below, you get 2 months free to try it out. 60 days, and then I'll get a free month as well. So if you fancy it, giving Scribd a go, there you go. 2, party guests. Your most anticipated book release for this year. I think I've mentioned a few already. I have got the Talia Hibbert, Eve Brown book on its way to me. I think that's out in March. There's Tangle of Spells by Michelle Harrison, that's out on my birthday on Thursday, that I'm hoping, because I've ordered them through Waterstones, I'm hoping that they'll come just before or on the day of release, whereas I've heard with Amazon you can be waiting for weeks afterwards. So fingers crossed they will come either before Thursday or on Thursday, and that will be lovely. That's the Michelle Harrison one. But I've got written here Crater Lake Evolution 2 by Jennifer Killick. I read Crater Lake on suggestion from Nikki in my November Scrabble and Second Cousin TBR. She recommended Crater Lake. I read it and really enjoyed it. The second one is out in, I want to say May 20th. So that's one that I'm going to be getting when it comes out. So I'd say that's my anticipated book for the year. 3 birthday presents. A book that surprised you with how much you loved it. Definitely, nobody will be surprised by this. Orion Lost by Alistair Chisholm. It's a middle grade sci-fi. I am not into anything to do with space. Space freaks me out, I've said that before, but this book was so good. It was focused totally on this spaceship and the fact that the youngsters end up running the ship because the adults can't. I won't say any more than that, but that was one of my top books for last year. It was the top middle grade. I rated all of the middle grade monthly books, which is a monthly book club that I'm in, that's run by Gavin from How to Train You Gavin and Jade from JD Ray Reads. Last year they ran from, I think it was from January, but they did the whole year. I think they ended up being 12 books, even though they didn't do a December book, and they did 2 books in February. I think they were the Michelle Harrison ones. So the 12 books altogether, I ranked them all. So if you go back to my Vlogmas 2020 videos, there will be a rating my middle grade monthly books, and Orion Lost came top for me. So that's one that surprised me by how much I loved it. 4, Happy Birthday Song, a book that certainly deserved all the hype it got. No doubt, 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Everybody's been talking about that over the last year or two. I'm glad I listened to the audiobook of it because just the cast, that book was great, to the point where I'm meant to be doing a buddy read this month of Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and even though I've got the physical copy from the library, I'm wondering if I should try and get it as an audio book, because I think that'll be a similar kind of thing where it's a cast of people reading. So if you've physically read or listened to the audio book, let me know which one you think I should do, because I think I might enjoy it more that way. Even though I'm not keen on audiobooks, I enjoyed listening to that one. 5, Happy Music, a book with some very beautiful and truly memorable quotes. I couldn't think of anything for this, but I have heard a lot about The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse. I haven't read that yet. I haven't purchased it yet, but it's one that I'm certainly considering now, because people have said some lovely things about it. So that's one probably this year that I'm going to purchase and keep a copy of, I think, because people are saying it's something that you can keep referring back to. Number 6, Getting Older. A book that you read a long time ago but think you would appreciate more as a more mature reader. I've mentioned before I loved the Thursday Next series. I think I've read it at least 2 times through, if not 3 times through. I think there's 7 books altogether. I haven't reread it in a long time, but I did mention in a video a little while ago that I'm thinking from June onwards I'm going to do a read along of the Thursday Next series. I know Mel from A Book Theme named Mel has said she might be interested in joining in on that, so even if it's just the 2 of us, that's great. I'm doing it anyway. So from June I will be reading along the Thursday Next series by Jasper Fforde. If you are interested, let me know and you can join in. It's going to be as relaxed as, I'm doing a read along at the minute of the selection series, the novellas and the books, but it's really easy going. There is a Discord group. I've read 2 of the novellas so far. I'm reading the selection this month this coming month for the Woodies Roundup Readathon. I'm Team Sunnyside Daycare. I'm the team leader for Team Sunnyside Daycare, and I'm going to listen to that one as the audio book. I've swapped it out. I've picked something else, but the monkey prompt is read aloud, a book with a loud cover or an audio book, and I am going to read The Selection by Kit Cass. So like I said, it's dead easy going. There is a Discord, but there's a set spoiler thing. So if you decide in April that you want to start reading them, that's fine. Just read from there, and then you can go into the Discord in the spoiler bit and see what people said and join in the discussions at any point during the year. And I'll do the same in June for the Jasper Fforde. That was a long-winded way of saying it's the Jasper Fforde series that's the series that I think I'll appreciate more as a mature reader. It's because I've not done a video in a long time. I've missed you all, so I'm just gabbing on. And number 7, Sweet Birthday Memories, a book that kept you incredibly happy during a sad or sad or demanding period of your life. In, gosh, when was it now? Was it 2019? 2018? I don't know, it could have been 18 months. About 18 months ago, I got gastritis, and I think it was brought on by stress. There was a lot going on in my life at the time, a lot of sad things with family members who were ill and things like that. Things just got really stressed. I didn't read from mid-June to July, a whole month I didn't read, which was unusual for me. Everything I looked at, I just didn't feel like reading. I was in such a bad place because after I'd had gastritis, because I was being sick all the time and losing lots of weight, and I was worried about that, my mental health just went through the floor. I couldn't, every day I just felt really, really depressed. Just my anxiety was that bad. My nerves were that shattered. But I picked up the one of the Shopaholic series by Sophie Kinsella. I want to say Mini Shopaholic because that was the one I was up to at that point, and read that, and it made it so each night when I was getting in bed where my mind was racing, I would just pick up that, and then after that I think I carried on with the series, and I just started picking up really easy to read books. I think the Book Ninja by Ali Kaufman, and then I read The School Run by Helen Whitaker. I read The Bad Mum's Handbook. I can't remember who that was by, but I just read a lot of books that I thought would be easy to read, wouldn't challenge my mind too much. And I'm not by any way degrading those books because they got me through that tough time, but they were easy. I didn't have to think too hard about them, but I enjoyed them so much. So I'm going to start with saying the Shopaholic series, but there was others. If you go on my Goodreads and look for Mini Shopaholic, that was that period of time. And if you look for the books that I read after that, a lot of them are easy reads. So if you're looking for easy read books, go to that point on my Goodreads where I read Mini Shopaholic by Sophie Kinsella, and then it could have been 10 books after that. I can't remember exactly, but it took me a while to read anything that could evoke any other emotions other than happiness, because at the time I just couldn't challenge myself any further. But it was a really hard time. I never want to go back to that. Any time that I can, the good thing about that period of time is that I now recognise in myself when my nerves are starting to get a bit shattered again. And so there's a certain book that I read which is Self-Help for Your Nerves by Dr. Claire Weekes. I was recommended that by a lovely counsellor that I had called Arnie, an NHS counsellor, and he was a wonderful help, and he suggested that book. When I say I reread that book often, I highlighted bits on my first or second read through, and now whenever I can feel that feeling coming back on of really feeling very quite anxious and worried that I'm going to go into a low mood again, I read the highlighted bits. I don't read any of the rest, I just read the highlighted bits, and it brings me back on track. So I can highly recommend that book. Because there are certain aspects of it that were really helpful to me, and it is worth a shot. So yeah, not to bring down the birthday book tag, but I think it's important to share those things so that if there's anybody else who's feeling, because at the minute, the situation that we're in, everybody is feeling anxious, no matter how unanxious you normally are as a person, how calm you are and serene as a person. Normally, everybody has been shook by what's going on right now. So it's important to talk about it. Look at how I am at the minute. I'm doing okay. And that book helps, and talking to people helps no matter how much you don't want to. Going out for a walk each day helps. I've been guilty of sometimes staying in the house and not going for a walk. That is not helpful to me. I need fresh air and daylight at least once every day, even if it's just for 10 minutes. So yeah, this isn't how I thought I would be spending my birthday. I am off for the whole week next week, off work because it was already booked. We're going for a cottage holiday this weekend now. I was meant to be with my dad's side of the family till the Monday. And then I thought, well, I might as well book the Tuesday off because I'm always off work on a Wednesday. And then I thought, you know what, it's my birthday on the Thursday, so I'll book the whole week off. So now I've got the week off. I'm going to be mostly homeschooling Sophie and trying to film some videos for you guys. But mostly staying in apart from my one walk a day. Like I said on Twitter, this time last year, me and Andy had gone away for the weekend. Gosh, what area did we go? It was somewhere in Wales, and Andy had booked a lovely B&B for us, and then started seeing on the news the mention of coronavirus, because we were talking to the people who run the B&B, and they were like, we don't know if this time next week we'll even be able to open to people, because that was the situation it was in. I never dreamed that a year on I'd be celebrating a lockdown birthday. I think by now everybody's had a lockdown birthday, haven't they? I think I managed to scrape my birthday in. Then the first lockdown happened, like, was it March time last year? So by now everybody's had a lockdown birthday. Us Aquarians are the last ones to do it. I hope by next year I'm having a lovely birthday, going out for a meal with my family or something. But who knows? That's enough of me jabbering on. So I just want to say thank you to those who said they've missed me. Thank you to whoever sent me that lovely parcel. Thank you for everybody's support in the Woodies Roundup readathon. I'm really excited for it. I might as well quickly mention, because there's a few people I know who are definitely on my team because they've tagged me on Twitter. Can I find it? Let's see. So far, I know people who are joining my team. Chloe reads books, Bookland Barb, Becca Fowle, and today I found out Mel from A Book Fiend Lane Mel are joining my team. How exciting. So if you are joining in Woody's Readathon, by all means let me know. If you are joining Team Sonia Decide Daycare, let me know as well, and I'll mention you in my reading vlogs for the coming weeks. And also tag me in any reads that you do for Woody's Readathon on Twitter, and I will try and retweet all your stuff. So yeah, I'll speak to you in the week, most probably on my birthday, and speak soon. Bye.